Bleacher Report
Mhm.
they dropped another list, and Cade Cunningham made it. Top 10 players under 22. This is the third list, I believe, unless it's been four, that we have talked about on this podcast, strictly from Bleacher Report. Those guys know how to put lists together. They are incredible at putting a list together. But here we go. I'll give you the top 10, starting with number 1. We already know who it is. Victor Wembanyama. Anthony Edwards comes in at number 2. Paolo Banchero. They didn't forget about him this time because they did forget about him on their big man's list. Evan Mobley comes in at number 4. Chet Holmgren at number 5. I'm pretty sure that's going to piss a few people off. LaMelo Ball at number 6. Jalen Williams at number 7. Scoot Henderson at number 8. Cade Cunningham, our boy, at number 9. And then Scotty Barnes at number 10. Jalen Green did not make the list for all Houston fans that still think he's the best player from the 2021 draft. You guys are absolutely crazy, and this list proves it. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this list and Cade Cunningham cracking the top 10?
The Victor Wembanyama glazing needs to stop. He hasn't played a single NBA minute yet. Anthony Edwards should be one. I'm just going to say that first of all. Same with Scoot Henderson. He should not be on this list. It's a joke. Like, yeah, they're promising prospects out of this year's draft, but this should not be in the top 10 for players under 22 years old. I'm just going to say that to start off this conversation. Love that Cade Cunningham was in this list again. But I don't really have any problems with this list whatsoever. It's just that the three guys in there, Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, and Scoot Henderson, I don't think they should be in this list. Nothing against Chet Holmgren, who got injured last year, but he hasn't played a single NBA minute. Same with Victor Wembanyama, and same with Scoot Henderson. There's three, slots that you could fix there, and maybe Jalen Green makes it. I don't know. There's a lot of great talent under the age of 22 years old. I was kind of surprised that they didn't put a Benedict Mathurin or anything like that in there. But hey, man,
I'm surprised because they just did a list though where they had Asar Thompson and Amin Thompson ahead of Scoot Henderson, didn't they? For highest ceilings of their draft class. It's so weird. I know it's different authors putting this stuff together. But I wish we would get an explanation. And I mean, maybe they did, but with the graphic that we have on the screen, there is no explanation. Because for me, Evan Mobley at number 4, I get it. Defensively, the dude he's good. Even though Cavaliers didn't look that great defensively when Jared Allen went out. But hey, Evan Mobley, I believe he made an all-defensive team. So he's probably going to be in the Defensive Player of the Year consideration. I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr. just won one, so who knows? Anybody could win one. But Evan Mobley at number 4 seems a little high to me because he's really not a two-way player. I think if you are considered one of the best players under 22, you have to be able to be, especially if you're in the top 5, you got to be a two-way player. You got to be able to carry the team on both sides. And Evan Mobley, he just has not shown the offensive abilities, that side of his game where you can say, yeah, we're going to give him the ball and he's going to go get us a bucket. Evan Mobley cannot do that. And, he looks great in the role that he has because he has two guys in Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell that can do that. They're able to hide him offensively where, if we had seen a team where it was Evan Mobley was the guy, he would not be this high on the list. Same goes for Jalen Williams. He's a fantastic scorer. He looks amazing for Oklahoma City. I just don't know if he brings it. I don't know if he brings it on both sides. And Cade Cunningham, he does. That's why I think he should be higher on the list. Even if you just kept the list the same, I think Cade should be in the top 5 over Chet Holmgren. He should be there and ahead of Evan Mobley. I'm not going to say anything about Paolo Banchero because he is pretty awesome offensively. But again, he's one of these guys too where can he get it done defensively? If he's number 3 on your list, there should be without a doubt, you should be yeah, this guy gets it done on both ends. But I think there is doubt in a lot of people's minds. I don't know. It's just when I see a list like this, the guys that should be the highest are guys that can play both sides of the ball. That's really what I'm just trying to make of it. Unless you're such an elite scorer where you're like on a Steph Curry level where you're like, dude, his offense is so great. We have to put him up here. But like Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama, I think Anthony Edwards takes a leap defensively. He's kind of showed it with Team USA, and he kind of showed it last year too a little bit. Those are guys that get it done on both ends. And again, if you're going to be this high on a list, you should be able to get it done on both ends.
Yeah, like I don't know how Tyrese Maxey doesn't make this list. Like he's under the age of 22 years old, and I think you could put him in for Scoot Henderson. Because I don't think Cade would be 9 if I had to remake this list. No. I think it'd probably be top 5, but you could put Tyrese Maxey in this list. Like I just don't really understand how you put rookies that haven't played a single minute yet on a top 10 list. But hey, that's Bleacher Report for you. But overall, I'm just happy that Cade Cunningham made the list. Like I said, you're going to see all these media companies, say Cade's top 5 in this, he's top 10 in this, he's our top 10 player of the year. Like, we're going to bet him for most improved. I can already see it, man. It's good to see. Happy for Cade, but not surprised by the media pulling this shit.